Hello and welcome. My name's Tim and this is a 10-minute introduction on what you need to start open water swimming. When anyone starts thinking about moving from the pool to open water, they often worry about four things. Am I fit enough? Do I have the necessary skills? Where can I swim? And what do I need? I hope this introduction will answer some of your questions. The level of physical fitness you require for open water swimming depends. If you are into plunging and kicking about in small wild pools such as you find at Three Shires Head in the Peak District, your fitness needs will be different from swimming a couple of miles or more down a river. Swimming fitness today, in fact fitness in any sport, seems to be geared towards replicating the Olympic athlete or the winner of the Tour de France. It seems to be all about PBs and FKTs, and I believe that this puts a lot of people off. Fitness for open water swimming has nothing to do with speed or winning. If you are active, you swim on a regular basis, you walk, cycle, or do some similar exercise to keep yourself fit, then that's good enough. But wherever you swim, the fitter you are, the more you will enjoy your swimming. Research shows us that open water swimming improves well-being. But before you swim, you have to have the right mindset. You have to be confident and in a calm frame of mind. This mental state helps you make sound judgments and never to overstep your skills. You also have to control your expectations. For example, I'm not normally a skin swimmer, that is swimming without a wetsuit. I can and I do, but only in an environment in which I am comfortable, such as warmer water. If I worked on acclimatising myself to the cold, I could probably swim without my wetsuit, but I haven't, so I don't. The rule to expectations is that if it is a first time, then you must swim with someone who is experienced in that environment. Recognise what swimming skills you have and how relevant they are to what you're about to do. It might not be particularly relevant to your sea swim that you can swim 50 metres in 35 seconds in an indoor pool, but it might be important that you can float for 5 minutes. I am always amazed at how many swimmers can't float while stationary. If you are planning on taking part in any open water swimming event, you'll be told in a safety briefing that if in trouble in the water, to float on your back and raise your hand. It's the standard "help me" sign. Floating is the single most important basic skill in your swimming, and if you can't float while stationary, you must learn. Your wetsuit will have buoyancy built in, which will help you, but to be really confident in open water, you must be able to float without it. It's all about developing your relationship with the water. It's all about developing your water-friendly mind. Are you comfortable looking into the murky depths of a lake? In fact, are you comfortable with your face in the bathwater? I see so many people who are reluctant to put their face in the water, but this is a basic skill that you have to master. I know we all wear goggles, so face in the water is so much easier to do, but you must practice putting your face in the water without your goggles. You cannot always rely on them, because at some point in your swimming they will get knocked off or the strap will break, and suddenly you're left without goggles and having to complete a swim. Swimmers often ask me about swimming backstroke in open water. The general rule is that you should swim on your front. It may seem obvious, but this helps you see where you are going. Swimming on your back can be mistaken for a signal for help, but you will also bump into other swimmers, and you have to respect their space. Organised events will tell you at the safety briefing not to swim on your back unless you are in trouble and need help. This means a choice between front crawl and breaststroke. In reality, it's going to be a combination of both. Mostly front crawl, but using breaststroke when you need to have a good look around and chat to your mates. We can swim in rivers and we can swim in the sea. As long as the water is deep enough and long enough, we can swim. But every stretch of water is different. It's always magical to swim in a remote water, but you must always speak with swimmers who know the water and walk around the area where you want to swim. What you're looking for is whether you can get in and out easily, and if you get into trouble, can you get out part way? If you can't, then maybe you need a mate in a kayak. Water quality is always at the top of people's agenda. If you are river swimming, be careful after a bout of heavy rain, and beware of sewage discharge close to the route you plan on swimming. I have found that when swimming on my own or in a small group, I don't experience any illness problems after the swim. However, large numbers of swimmers together seem to generate complaints about being ill. I always imagine that if you have a group of 200 swimmers, at least some will have some illness problems going into the swim and shouldn't really be swimming. So if I take part in a large event, I always swim at the edge of a pod, never in the middle, and quite often on my own. I also always take a can or two of Coke to drink afterwards. They say this is a cure-all post-swim. I can't say whether or not this has any basis in fact, or whether it's one of those open water swimming myths, but I've never had any problems so far. Lastly, on location, access to good swimming sites has become a problem, so beware, and if you can, seek permission. Let's look at the basic kit we wear. I swim in a full-length orca wetsuit. It has buoyancy built into the back of the upper legs, making it easier to forgo the leg kick. The suit has good visibility, as on my shoulder and arm there are green flashes. Under my wetsuit I always wear a rash vest with a high neck. This helps prevent the suit rubbing on my neck. I also put Vaseline on my neck, and whilst people say this degrades the wetsuit material, I've never experienced a problem with any of my suits over the last 12 years that I've been open water swimming. One thing I have learned is to never let someone else do up your neck fitting. They always think it has to be as tight as possible and high up. Just do it yourself and make sure it's comfortable. I have a swim hat that is brightly coloured. Your hat colour is important, don't wear dark colours. You must stand out when you're in the water. I wear Speedo's Bifuse Rift Mask Goggle. I find that the one-piece design keeps the goggle in place and the soft seal fits perfectly around my face, preventing water from getting inside. I wear barefoot swim run shoes if the ground underfoot is going to be rough. Beach pebbles and river bottoms will hurt or cut the soles of your feet if you have to walk for any distance. My shoes are buoyant and drain well. I also wear earplugs as I struggle if I get water in my ears. The plugs I wear are surf ears, which are designed so that you can hear while swimming, and they work really well. This is a great benefit if you are in an event and a kayaker is trying to give you instructions. The other advantage to surf ears is that they tie to your goggle strap. Following your swim, it is important to have dry, warm clothing to change into. Do not hang around in just your wetsuit. There will probably be a wind and you will get chilly. Also remember, after your swim, thoroughly rinse your wetsuit and wash all your kit. So that's it. I hope you've found this useful. Any questions? Please email me at tim@becomegood.co.uk. Good swimming everyone!